Hello.
Hi, this on you.
She's on the what?
Did you quick put to YouTube?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I just got the notification.
All right. Well, if someone comments, we'll know.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see? I'll have to send it to you. Did you see the video Black Sheep of the World '98 did on that certain someone recently? The certain Batman fan that starts with L that I think we all know. Wait a minute. I don't know if it's recording right. Cause see, the thing is, whenever you do StreamYard, if it's live on YouTube, it'll usually say the amount of people watching. If it's at like 0, and it'll show like a picture.
We got one viewer so far.
Oh, we do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it must be working then. That's good.
Yeah. I just got back from Taco Bell.
I put something in the private chat.
I'm looking.
This stays in the private chat. But look what I put.
Okay. 1 sec.
Go to chat and you'll see what's in the private chat. It's funny.
Private chat. That's right.
Oh, he's got to go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what upcoming game looks really good? Have you seen the trailer to the new James Bond game coming to PS5 next year? That looks really good, called First Light.
I think so.
And it's being developed by IO Interaction, who does the Hitman games.
Yeah.
You know something else stupid?
What?
It's unfair how Fabio got terminated, yet Animat, in one of his reviews, guess what he did to guess what he did to his review in Alice in Wonderland.
What do you
Now, now granted, you don't see his you know what, but he's literally at like the 10 minute the 10 minute 37 second mark, like a dumbass, just sitting in a chair naked with his legs crossed. It's like, how is he not like, how has he not been terminated for that?
Animat did this?
Yes, he did. Go watch his review to Alice Through the Looking Glass at the 10-minute 36 second mark. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's like, how did he not get flagged for that?
Right.
He was just going off for like how, but look, I get that you don't like the movie, but did you have to do that? No, I don't think so. And Matt, you do realize there's a lot of kids that watch your content, right? That's probably not the smartest move to do.
Right. Yeah, I've I don't watch him.
He started off, I will say, I've seen some of his older videos. He started off decent. As soon as he did the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs video, I think that's when the downfall was starting, and it only got worse over time.
Yeah.
Because guess what he did in his Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs review?
He, I want to say I remember, but I'm not sure.
It's one thing to dislike a person, but to make this comparison stupid, he said that, oh, this movie's as bad as Charles Manson and the animators deserve to be slapped for what they've done.
Seriously?
Yup, he did that. and he hasn't apologized for it, and he still has that video up 11 years later. It's like,
He literally called Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs as bad as Charles Manson.
yes, he did.
By the way, I'm sure I'm gonna get canceled now the same way Fabio did because I had Taco Bell nachos. And I can't eat chips on a live stream. It'll make some people very mad.
Yeah,
You see my newest upload?
I did. It was good.
Hi ho!
Hi ho, hi ho,
Oh, hi ho, hi ho, I fucking told you so.
ho.
Ha 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 hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho.
Yep. But yeah, that was a good tribute.
Yeah, I don't know how I could have done it any better.
Yep. And it's not good. So remember how I said a certain someone who's gonna still remain anonymous had people that work at YouTube to look at his situation. It's not good. Guess what happened?
What happened?
Now we don't know for sure what got his channel taken down. As see, the board of directors at YouTube, they're the ones who make the decisions. They didn't really give this guy this information, but to sum it up, he has an IP address ban permanently. Do you know what that means?
What?
If YouTube even remotely suspects it's him, they'll take his account down.
So,
But I still have yet to tell Mike and Matt about it. I think I'll tell them soon, because he just to let them know.
so they're looking at his ID.
Well, an IP address, like that could be like, what state you live in and like your number and stuff. But basically, now I don't know what it was over yet, but essentially, apparently he repeated something 3 times YouTube didn't like, and he has a permanent IP address ban.
Thought you said ID. I guess I can't hear very well.
I said IP, but yeah, I'm gonna text you something. Well,
Okay.
in the private chat.
All right. The StreamYard's still gonna work if I go into our messenger real quick.
Hopefully.
All
Uh,
right. We still rolling?
yep.
Okay. Okay. Copy. I'm putting your contact information into my phone that you sent me.
Mm-hmm. All right, look what I put in the private chat. Yeah, it's it's not too good.
I'm looking. I think I'm in the public chat. Hold on.
Yeah, not too good, is it?
No. That is not. Ken, like you said, Animat's allowed to
Sit naked and somehow he gets a free pass.
have his wiener and balls all hanging out.
Well, okay, granted, to be fair, you don't actually see it because his legs are covered up, but still,
Right.
regardless of whether it's covered up or not, you you shouldn't be able to do that.
Was gonna say maybe YouTube found Fabio's older videos where he had his shirt off and they thought he was nude.
Possibly. But yeah,
Yeah, of
Mike
course.
and Matt, I haven't told them about that yet. I should probably tell them soon.
Yeah.
So, Mike's rant on Ghostbusters 2016, it was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A flying baby. What the fuck is up with this shit?
We got a call. Ball busters.
Have you seen his rant on Expendables 3 yet? It's fucking from 11 years ago. It's fucking funny.
I haven't seen that one yet.
He said in that rant, you already know the cast. You got Sylvester Stallone as Barney Ross. Might as well be Barney the fucking dinosaur because seriously, he was about as badass as Barney in this. I mean, I thought he was actually less likable than Barney. And I don't fucking like Barney the purple dinosaur, okay? I never liked him, even when I was a fucking kid. But, I think I'll take him over this Barney Ross because he's a fucking asshole. That was easily his funniest rant.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm checking our YouTube one and we don't seem to have anybody watching yet. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get my Ogle County alligator account in the StreamYard.
Well, honestly, since you have Junebug Film's phone number, if it doesn't work on YouTube, I would say talk to him about it because he knows a little more about StreamYard. I'd say talk to him about it.
Yeah. Yeah, the other day, so I got Tremulja 8 uploaded and it was supposed to come out today, but it came out the other day. And my cat just came into the room and she's hissing at the other cat.
So, did you look at what that certain person said about the other person I sent you? And how Zach responded?
Yes.
What an idiot.
Yeah. Those guys are weird.
Uh huh.
Not Zach, obviously.
Right,
But,
right.
the guy.
Uh huh.
Like, yes, I talk about how stupid it is, how offended all these people are about Sydney Sweeney's jeans, but I don't go
They're
on to
like,
face.
oh my gosh, why can't we have 1,000 more ads of a fat guy in a thong? Oh my gosh, I'm dying. I'm dying. Oh.
Oh my god! Sydney Sweeney wore jeans! Oh,
A bunch of idiots.
yeah. Hmm.
I mean, what's next? Are people going to be offended by someone touching grass next?
I'm sorry, one more time. I
What's
had to
next?
look.
Are people going to be offended over someone just touching grass?
Yeah. I mean, they're offended with Fabio eating chips.
Right.
They're offended by Matt wearing his hat backwards. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Some guy was getting mad at Matt because he had his hat backwards. Well, you're not black, so you can't do that.
Yeah, bunch of idiots out there.
Yeah, I've been. I noticed there's some Justin character that left a comment on my other channel, my main channel. This one is for all the big stuff, but like I said, it was the only way I could get
Wait,
into StreamYard.
Justin, are you referring to as Justin Jones, aka J Dog?
I don't think so. I
All
don't
right.
know. It's just some random Justin guy commented on it. ketamine is a hell of a drug or
Oh,
something
I
like
saw
that.
that. I saw that.
And then I replied, you can take that by yourself. And then the comment magically disappeared the next day.
Let's be honest, he probably deleted it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, how does he get an IP address ban, but not people like Trolls Band Together fan and Animat for what he did?
I don't know.
But hey, at least Dan Soul will finally quit YouTube.
He should. I hope so.
And like, why are people impersonating him? Like, of all the people, why would you want to impersonate him of all people?
I have no fucking idea why anybody would want to do that. I mean, Dan Sobol doesn't need. Dan Sobol needs to be.
In prison.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's,
anyways, you know a good one of the better modern horror movies, and it's a remake of a black and white movie you should check out.
what?
The 19 no, damn it, I was meant the original. The 2020 remake of The Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss, one of the better horror remakes.
Hmm. Okay.
And it was directed by Lee Winnell, who wrote the first two Saw movies.
Huh.
The first two Saw movies are good. The third one's okay, and then it kind of got crappy after that
Right.
because you didn't have the same writers or director involved. But yeah, with this one, and so Lee Winnell is a pretty good director. Insidious Chapter 3, I would say, is the best of the Insidious movies. Upgrade was a really good sci-fi action movie. Upgrade, it's kind of like a modern day version of RoboCop, but it's like an original movie, pretty good. And then this right here is his best movie, The Invisible Man from 2020. And it was a good movie that a lot of people liked. And then they announced that Lee Winnell, the director of this movie, was going to do a new version of the Universal classic monster movie, The Wolfman. And I thought he did a great job with The Invisible Man, like a lot of people thought. So I was very excited to see his Wolfman movie this year. And it ended up being a disappointing pile of shit.
Of course.
And it's like really Lee Winnell, because here's the thing with Lee Winnell. He is such a good writer and director, and he's always clever with the way he sets up twists. So when they announced he was doing Wolfman, I'm like, okay, well, I'm really excited for it. But then in 2020, like Lee Winnell left the project. I don't remember what for. Then they got a different director, and then he dropped out. And Lee Winnell. So here's the difference, though. With The Invisible Man, that was a passion project of his because he was a fan of the original movie from the 30s, but also more of the newer horror movies. So he wanted to do his own new, fresh take on the story. And it worked really well. But then he didn't really want to do the Wolfman. Like, Invisible Man was a passion project of his. Wolfman really wasn't. He said no 3 times. He only agreed last minute to sign on to direct, which I only found that out after seeing the movie in January this year. And yeah, it was really bad. And it sucks because I really liked all three of his previous movies. And I waited a while to see that movie, and I ended up really not liking it at all.
Yeah. Have you seen the Howling movies?
I liked the first one. Second one, second one was okay. Third one, then the rest after that, yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah. Can't make that many sequels and they're all that great. What are your thoughts on Teen Wolf 1985 with Michael J. Fox?
Pretty good movie, and screw the sequel.
Yeah, Teen Wolf 2 is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, Jason Bateman, he's a great actor. It was actually his first movie, I believe. His debut film.
Well, what a crappy way to start off.
Yeah. But his character just so whiny and annoying in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like you just want him to shut up. uh, and it's literally just the same. movie as the first, except it's about boxing instead of basketball.
Yeah. But yeah, The Invisible Man, the 2020 version with Elizabeth Moss. I think the DVD is pretty cheap on Amazon. You can get it for only under $10 right now.
Huh.
Definitely worth a check out. Like, of the newer horror movies, it's definitely one of the better ones. And who would have thought that Blumkin House of all companies would have made a good horror remake?
Right. Blumpkin House.
Like, this is one of this and The Black Phone are some of their only few good movies.
Yeah. Weren't people like having a meltdown because Matt had good things to say about the black phone?
I think so.
They were all having a huge fit, all because he liked the movie.
Why? I thought that was a good movie and a lot of people liked it too. So why are you upset?
Exactly.
Although I'm not excited for the sequel because, in my opinion, that movie doesn't need a sequel. And I'm sorry, but the grabber, he's not Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees where he could just come back. So it's stupid that they're even doing a sequel.
Yeah. I had to help Lizzie Lean find her blast from Taco Bell.
Uh, and you know what good horror game worth checking out? You could probably get it for cheaper now on the PS5.
What's that?
The Silent. Oh, hold on. The Silent Hill 2 remake and the Dead Space remake were really good games. The Dead Space remake, that was the second game I bought when I got my PS5 2 years ago.
I still gotta play the Dead Space one, but what do you think of the Mortal Kombat Legacy collection coming out?
Looks pretty good. I'll probably get it.
I've been waiting for so many years for them to re-release all the classic Mortal Kombat games onto something. It's like for many years, all we had was ports of MK3 and MK2 on various platforms, but they never put out the first one, except for on Midway Arcade Treasures for the PC.
Right. But yeah, you know what? Upcoming game is a remake of an older one. I never got a chance to play the original, so I'm really excited for it.
What's that?
Have you ever heard of the Capcom game Ani Mushu: The Way of the Sword?
I think so, yes.
It was basically a game from gonna it was a game from 2002. It's kind of like Resident Evil, but instead of killing zombies, you play as a samurai killing demons. And the game's getting a remake for PS5 next year, and I'm excited because I never got to play the original, and I heard the original was really good.
Yeah, have you played Alone in the Dark? I
I
think
played
it
the
was.
remake game. I played the remake game. I liked it for what it was. I still need to finish it because I got stuck in a certain part, but I liked it for what it was.
The one from the 90s that was the inspiration for Resident Evil.
No, but I played the remake.
Oh, okay.
But I've seen the movie. The movie was awful.
Yeah. I know that's on VHS, which I might get, but
They need to remake that movie and do it better. You know what horror director I think would make a really good new Alone in the Dark movie?
ooh,
James Wan, who did the first Saw movie and the first two Conjuring movies. I think he would do a really good Alone in the Dark movie.
yeah. I think they just need to make a actual proper Resident Evil movie. It doesn't suck.
Right, and George Romero, who did the original Night of the Living Dead, he almost did do a Resident Evil movie in the '90s, and his script was very faithful to the game, and he would have been a perfect fit in the '90s because his zombie movies like Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead inspired the Resident Evil games, so he would have been a perfect choice back then.
Right. Like I don't understand what were they thinking? Like did they go, oh, George Romero's writing a script that's faithful to the Resident Evil games? Oh my god. That's a hate crime. We can't have that. Let's start over and make a whole nother script that has nothing to do with the game and has no characters from the game, has one monster from the has one monster from the game series apart from the zombies.
Right.
Like, and by the way, we're gonna have no characters from the game at all. Yeah, this is so much better. Fuck you, George Romero. Is that what they said when they were making it? Albeit Resident Evil 2002 wasn't that bad of a movie, and
I mean, it was
I
okay.
I also thought Apocalypse and Extinction were all right, but they butchered it so badly.
They
And they had
did.
a couple of good casting choices, like I liked Early Larder as Claire, and casting for Jill and stuff. Forget her name.
Yeah, I do too. But like I said, if you think they butchered Resident Evil bad, when you eventually do get the time to read the book, Meg, a novel of deep terror, wait until you read that book and see the Meg movie. They butchered it about as bad as Resident Evil.
I'm sure.
And I guarantee you're going to hate the movie after reading the book.
Yeah.
Because they make it so tame, and in the movie, he just kills the shark by rubbing a submarine fin against it. But in the book, he swims inside the stomach of the shark and cuts its heart out with a 7-inch tooth at the end of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they really messed up. And again, in the book, he's kind of like a funny character, like an Indiana Jones type. And I'm like, I like Statham, but he's just not really that.
Have you read the Mortal Kombat novelization?
Novelization of the games.
The movie.
Oh no, I haven't.
I've heard it's pretty good. And it's a little more violent than the movie is a word on the street. And there was also a different one which I believe shipped Liu Kang and Sonya Blade.
Yeah.
I wonder if there have been any scripts that have resurfaced, like of from that scripts that have resurfaced for Mortal Kombat Annihilation that were better than the actual movie.
And I would say between the two, like which butchered it worse, the Meg or Resident Evil. Again, I've read at least the first book, Meg, a novel of deep terror, and played the Resident Evil games. I would say Meg butchered it just a little worse.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, another good book you should check out someday. Now, there have been 3 movie adaptations. I've heard good things about the movie from the 30s. I heard the one from the 70s was mediocre. And then I heard awful things about the 90s one with Val Kilmer. The Island of Dr. Moreau was a really good book from 1896.
oh yeah.
It's basically a book about a guy who's like on a cruise ship, but like he's one of the survivors of like a shipwreck, and then he's on this island and he comes across a mad scientist that's basically doing these cruel experiments on people where he's making human animal hybrids and hideous creatures with man-like intelligence.
I want to say I may have read that one, but I'm not sure. It's been a while.
Like in middle school.
Possibly.
That's the one that has the leopard man in it.
Hmm. Okay.
And the very first movie adaptation is the 1932 movie The Island of Lost Souls from 1932, and I heard the original Dracula actor Bela Lugosi plays the stranded survivor in that movie.
Hmm.
And I've heard good things. I've heard good things about the 1932 movie, but it's hard to find on VHS. I've heard it's a lot easier to find on DVD and Blu-ray, though.
Oh, you want to hear a good one?
Yeah.
So, one time I went online and looked up Son of the Mask VHS, and somebody was trying to sell it for $150. I was like, hell no. I'll buy 50 copies of the first movie before I pay $150 for that. But if I really wanted Son of the Mask on VHS, there's been a few listings like under $20 on eBay.
Hell, I wouldn't even give hell if someone gave it to me for free. Even I wouldn't take it. That movie sucked. That even as a kid, I didn't like that movie, and watching it all these years later, yeah, I still don't like it.
I had a couple of ideas for some Mask sequels.
Did you see Fabio's rant on the Mask, Son of the Mask 4 years ago? It was funny.
I requested that one.
Oh, you did? All right, nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. I wish we could have gotten the Mask too in the 90s.
But for a new Island of Dr. Moreau movie, like I said, I've heard good things about the movie The Island of Lost Souls from 1932 with Bela Lugosi. I've heard nothing but great things about that movie. I heard the one from the 70s was mediocre, and I heard the 1996 Island of Dr. Moreau movie with Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer. I heard that one was awful.
Probably
But
was.
that one suffered a lot of production problems. But The Island of Dr. Moreau was such a good book. I think you could make a really good new version of that story. You know who I think would be a good casting choice? And I like Marlon Brando as an actor. I don't think he was a good. Well, granted, I haven't seen the movie, but just based on the book I've read, I can't really picture Marlon Brando as Dr. Moreau. You know who I think would have been a good Dr. Moreau in the 90s?
Who?
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh yeah,
And instead
definitely.
And instead of a first time director, you know who I would have had done a film adaptation in the 90s?
Who would that be?
Either George Romero or John Carpenter.
Yes.
But if they made a new one now, you know who I think would be a really good Dr. Moreau?
Who?
Either Clive Owen or Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
And as for the shipwreck survivor, only because I want to see this actor do a serious, more slow paced dramatic role, Chris Hemsworth as the Edward guy.
Yeah.
And you know who should direct a new film adaptation?
Who?
I would say Drew Hancock, who did that new movie Companion this year that Fabio reviewed. That was actually a pretty good movie.
Right. I wonder if anybody has, by chance, like has any of Fabio's videos all, some of them backed up. So I wonder if Fabio has some of the more recent ones backed up.
Like, for example, like as we all know, SML had to delete their original channel because of copyright. But as we all know, a YouTube channel SML re-uploaded had all the videos backed up and eventually re-uploaded them a couple years after. So, I mean, who's to say someone hasn't done that to Fabio's videos?
Right.
And I hope that's the case because if someone creates an account like that and uploads his older content, I'll definitely subscribe to it.
Oh yeah. I was trying to find. Um. Yeah, I started singing the Hi Ho song the other day. And I was like, oh fuck, that's right. Fabio got terminated. Hey, like, oh. I swear to God that I had the Wednesday dance saved somewhere on my phone.
And you didn't.
No. I have a different video of Fabio dancing, but not the Wednesday dance.
Oh, hey, at least you got one thing saved in your phone.
Yeah, is the one where he comes into the room dancing and he goes, all right, enough of that shit.
Unfortunately, I didn't save any of his videos. But again, none of us knew this was going to happen.
Right.
Which is why I think if there's any reviewers I like, I might download a couple of their videos in case anything happens to any of the other ones I like.
Yeah.
And Junebug Films suggested this. Honestly, if you're a smaller YouTube channel, it would not be a bad idea to get merch set up. That way, if your channel does get terminated, that way, if it does, then you could you could talk to YouTube and send in an appeal and show you're trying to run a business because see, they see like like actual PayPal request stuff, they don't really see that as a as business on YouTube. But if you like sell merch and it's making money, YouTube will view that as a business. So although it's unlikely, if you're a smaller channel, it's not a bad idea to set that up.
Right. I've got a cat on my lap.
And yeah, sorry to hear what happened to your cat Molly. That's awful.
Yeah, I'm still processing all of everything.
And that was like what 9 months ago.
Yeah, yeah, that was. Yeah, I'm still just taking all this in. It was really unfair. It wasn't like the cat just got old and died. No, she was abandoned by people that I trusted to watch her.
And they failed miserably.
Yup. However, I still do have my 5-year-old port.
Oh, that's a cute cat.
This is Mocha,
Mocha.
and
That's a cute cat.
we also have a kitten named Anya now, who's a tabby cat.
Yep. I really liked the community post you did of like all the Who's from Whoville booing over Sydney Sweeney.
What was
That's
that?
exactly what they would be like.
Yep. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, no, no. That's that's Germs Return and all his friends when Fabio does a video where he has a bottle of water and a bag of chips,
Yep.
or when Matt wears his hat backwards,
Yep.
and of course the Sydney Sweeney thing.
Bunch of idiots out there.
Libtards whenever there's a straight person in any modern film, and it's the main focus.
But one H.G. Wells book that has not been adapted into a movie yet, I'm surprised hasn't, that I'd like to see done.
What's that?
So in 1914, so about 16 years after he published his most famous book, War of the Worlds, he wrote a book that had like 200 pages called The World Set Free. It's basically a book about these people that use atomic energy for both good and bad, but as you can guess in the book, yeah, their plans don't go over so well, and basically nuclear warfare and stuff happens across the entire planet.
Yeah.
And you, and you
Yeah.
know what director I want to see do a movie based on that book?
What's that?
Matt Reeves, who did the Batman from 2022. I'd like to see that director do a movie based on that book because it'd be interesting to see him do a movie of that sort
Yeah.
once he's done with the sequels to that movie.
Hey, sometimes Mocha will jump up and give me a human hug.
Moko is a cute cat.
She's 5. She just turned 5 over the summer. Want to hear the story of how we got Mocha?
Yeah.
So it was like a week or two after my dog died. It was the same, yeah, it was around the same week that my sophomore year had ended, and I have a whole nother story. Maybe I can share that another time about how like the last day of school, I had a bunch of big nasty farts and I blew up the art room. But yeah, I killed everybody. But besides the point, so my summer had just started. My dog had died like a couple days before that. Um, well, we hear a cat meowing in the trees, and well, at first we thought it was our cat Skinny, who we were looking for, because
Uh-huh.
he was lost, because he was an outdoor cat.
Yeah.
Um, Well, we go out. There's a different cat, and well, Mocha's in the trees. I got the ladder to go get her, and well, she found her way down. We didn't see her for a little bit, and then my
Yeah,
mom took off in her car to go to Walgreens, and they got to Walgreens, and they heard meowing under the hood. They open it up, and Mocha's just chilling in there.
yep,
And they wrapped her up in a blanket and took her home. And then Mocha just decided she liked me, so she
yeah,
ended up moving in with me. Because after I first left my parents, um, she kept sitting by my door wondering where I was. So she's living with me now.
yep,
And she's had 6 litters of baby kittens throughout her whole life. She had a son named Midnight. She had a daughter named Cream, among many, many, many other baby kittens.
yep.
And speaking of cats, here's our other little friend. If she'll come here for a minute, stop biting my fingers. This is our other kitty. Oh,
Oh, cute.
put her down. This is Anya.
Let's just say if my dog was downstairs on StreamYard right now and saw the cats, he'd probably freak out.
Who?
My dog Willie, he's a 4-year-old brown Boston Terrier, but oh, if he saw the cat on the camera, he'd go nuts. He does not like cats at all.
Mocha's son. Um, he battled the dog.
He did. Did he win?
Yep, our dog. He stared down our dog Bonnie, who's half shepherd, half Pyrenees. He stared down that dog in the snow,
Eh,
and I have pictures. I think they were on mutual terms, but yeah, we had a different. Yeah, we had a different cat too, named Goldie, who was an
Yep.
orange cat. Um, and yeah, that was the one everybody knew. Everybody loved Goldie, and then well,
Yep.
again, he was an outside cat, so he got ran over by a car.
Yep. That's
And
sad.
yep, I don't make the rules. Some asshole on Facebook in a cat group. I don't understand what it is with the cat groups on Facebook. Why everybody's such a douchebag in all of them. But I had posted pictures of Goldie, and somebody had asked me how he had died, and I said he got hit, and they told me it was my fault.
Wow. This stays in the private chat, but look what I just put.
Oh boy! And the person that told me that, it was a picture of, is a woman. The picture was of her with no pants on,
Yeah.
grabbing her crotch.
Oh, jeez.
And like they'll allow that in the group, but they'll decline my comments cussing her out. It
Right.
doesn't
Wait,
make any sense.
was that okay? I was never a part of that Facebook group. Was that a part of the Facebook group called My Cat's an Asshole that you were a part of? That
Uh,
happened in?
no, that one, that the group I'm talking about was called Cat Lovers.
Oh, okay.
My Cat's an Asshole group. That's the one where all these atheists had a fit because somebody posted or said something about God and whatnot, and I said, why don't y'all prove God doesn't exist? And instead of proving it, they all threw a massive tantrum and got all mad at me. They did everything but prove their point.
Well, I'm glad I was never a part of that group.
Yeah,
Like some of these groups on Facebook, it's like what's going on? Why?
right.
And you and the Invisible Man 2020, I would say it's one of the better horror remakes. Like the Child's Play remake because it did something unique and different with it. See, in the original Invisible Man movie, which I would say by far it's the best movie based on an H.G. Wells book because the original movie from the 1930s, not only is it a great movie in its own right, but the one from the 30s does follow the book pretty well. What the remake of the Invisible so in the original Invisible Man, it was basically a movie about a stranger who was wrapped in bandages and clothes, so no one knew who he was invisible, and basically the perfect disguise. He walks into like this hotel bar thing to stay in for the night, and comes out from the snow, but he used a serum to turn invisible. The remake takes a very interesting approach where it's a movie about a girl in her 30s who's being stalked by her abusive ex-wife who perfectly fakes his death. And then guess what unique change they made to the remake?
What?
Instead of it just being a serum he drinks to turn invisible, he created a full tech suit that turned him invisible to stalk her.
Jeez.
And he even frames her for murder in one point in the movie and she gets locked in a psych ward.
Oh boy. Have you seen any of the Smile movies?
I saw the first one and it sucked. Was not the ending ruined it for me.
I thought some of the effects were pretty good. But
See,
I wouldn't say it's one of the best.
one of the problems I had with Smile, it felt like a lazy ripoff of a horror movie called It Follows, which I thought did that concept significantly better.
And have you seen or heard of this movie that's coming out, Weapons?
I saw that movie; it was pretty good.
Uh, that's good because I might be seeing it in theaters at some point.
Did you see that movie Sinners this year? That was good. That's a movie I wasn't as excited for because Michael B. Jordan is extremely hit or miss as an actor for me. So when they announced that movie, I was not as excited for it, but I saw the movie and it was significantly better than I thought it would be.
I haven't seen Sinners yet, but I saw Fabio's review of it. You didn't like it.
Well, I thought it was really good. I would say that's probably one of the better ones that come out this year.
Yeah. Did you? What were your thoughts on Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice.
Decent sequel, but I do think they did wait a little too long to do it.
Yeah, I agree. Hear about the the canceled Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian?
I have heard about that. There's a YouTube channel, these two podcast guys who I really like called The Canceled Movie Report. They began making YouTube videos all the way back 5 years ago, but they'll typically split their videos up into mostly two parts because, just because they go over the whole script, they'll split it up into two videos or sometimes even one. But yeah, they did a video on Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Yeah, I saw one of Minty Comedic Art sold their videos on it.
And there was a canceled biopic movie of Napoleon in the 1980s. Although he's a good actor, I'm sure you know who Napoleon is, the leader.
Yeah, Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah, well, guess who they were? There was a canceled biopic movie in the 80s. It was going to be directed by Stanley Kubrick, who did The Shining. He was wanting Jack Nicholson as Napoleon. I like him as an actor. I don't really see him as Napoleon, though, do you?
No.
And the movie was in production for a long time. He had the movie. So he began work on the movie in 1968 and then finally canceled it in 1985 after many delays. But in 1968, he wanted a $50 million budget, which was not feasible for the 50s.
Yeah,
No,
no.
60s, I meant. But I don't know. I just don't really see. He's a good actor. You know who I think would have been better in that role at the time? I think
Danny
Al Pacino would
DeVito.
have been a better fit.
Who?
Al Pacino, I think, would have fit better.
Oh, Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like Jack Nicholson. I just don't really see him as Napoleon.
right. You know, Fabio has actually met Mocha.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, on a stream, she was meowing at him, and he started talking to her.
And how did Mocha react?
She kept meowing at him,
Nice.
and they got in a whole argument. One of the first things I sent to Fabio when I started talking to him was a picture of Mocha jumping up on my lap trying to steal my pizza.
Yep. And besides murder, guess in the remake, guess what the Invisible Man frames his ex-wife for?
What?
He frames her for hitting a police officer's kid, frames her for murder, and all sorts of other bad stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was good. It's one of the better modern horror movies. And like I said, he didn't direct the first movie, but Lee Winnell, who wrote the first two Saw movies and acted in the first movie, wrote and directed this movie. And this was a really good remake. And when they had first announced this, like, I was a little skeptical, but it ended up being a lot better than I thought it would be. Like,
Yeah.
like the trailers made it look like it wasn't going to be that great, but the movie ended up being much better than the trailers.
Right. I'll have to check it out sometime.
And yeah, I think on Amazon right now, I think you can get the DVD for just under $10. Because I mean, the movie came out 5 years ago, so you can probably get it cheap now.
Yeah. I have.
And
Have
since he
these?
did great with this movie, I was very excited to see his new Wolfman movie. But then I lost interest in October because guess what the dumbasses did at Universal that really upset the director?
What?
Someone at so okay, do you know what Halloween Horror Nights is?
Yes.
So some idiot at Halloween Horror Nights thought it was a good idea to reveal the design of Wolfman before the trailer to the movie was even out. And man, did it backfire because the design was so bad. Guess what he looked like?
What?
He looked like he looked like Doc Brown from Back to the Future if he was a methed out goblin. And I'm like, no, no. I was like, okay, please no. This has to. I was like, this has to be a joke. But then I saw the movie. I'm like, nope. And then original concept art of the original design leaked, and it looks significantly better.
Wolfman 2025?
Yeah, don't bother with it. If you're gonna check out a remake of any of the classic Universal monster movies, if you're gonna check out any movies directed by Lee Winnell, I would just say just stick with the Invisible Man remake he did 5 years ago with Elizabeth Moss. And again,
Yeah,
you director like it was like from going like imagine okay going from uh Invisible Man 2020 to Wolfman 2025 is like going from watching Jurassic Park to watching Jurassic World Dominion.
right.
Yeah, so not a good not a good drop.
No.
Except I would say I maybe hated it. I don't know. I might say I hated it more than Jurassic World Dominion because at least Jurassic World Dominion, at least the dinosaurs actually looked good in that movie.
Yeah.
Unlike the Wolfman, which it's like that's a pathetic excuse. And again, we would know he's so good at crafting twists whenever, even if it's not him directing, whenever he writes a movie, like he had really good twists in the first two Saw movies. But the fact that he wrote and directed the new Wolfman, I'm like, yeah, I don't see it because it's like it feels like someone else directed it and just slapped his name on there as a paycheck.
I saw the design for Wolfman 2025. You're right, he does look like Doc Brown on meth.
Yes, he does. And again,
I
I guess I can't say I'm too surprised because see, the thing is, at least Lee Winnell, he admitted he wanted to do a new take on Invisible Man, but Wolfman was.
sorry.
But yeah, like like I said, Invisible Man was a passion project of his, but Wolfman wasn't, so it was kind of a sign it was screwed.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'll still give the movie a fair chance because, sometimes, because even if a design to a movie looks bad, like a horror movie, like sometimes lighting in certain scenes can make it look better in the actual movie. Because, I mean, keep in mind, like some of the, I'll be honest, like some of the test footage to like some of the older movies, when you look at them, they don't look great, but they look a lot better in the actual movie.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
hoping Wolfman would be the same case, and it sure as hell wasn't.
Yeah, no.
Easily the movie I was the most disappointed for because I was when they announced that 5 years ago, I'm like, oh, the Invisible Man was great. I gotta go see this new Wolfman movie. I need it like right now. And then I saw it this year and I hated it.
God forbid they make a. God forbid they make another Creature from a Black Lagoon movie.
They're apparently doing one. I hope it's better though, because here's the difference. At least Lee Winnell, like I said, he had a passion project for Invisible Man. Wolfman was not that, but this upcoming one I think will be better because this one is actually a passion project. And James Wan, who directed the first Saw movie, who's a big fan of the original Creature from the Black Lagoon, is directing a remake of it. So hopefully it's a step up from Wolfman.
Yeah, hopefully. I can tell ya that design looks like ass.
It
The one
does.
you were talking about.
That don't look like a wolf. It doesn't.
That does not. Absolutely not. That looks like some
My
fucking knocked
fucking
out old man.
when my fucking nuts of all things are more convincing, then you know you messed up your werewolf design. but, but unfortunately, I don't think I have the screenshot in my phone anymore. But when the design of the Wolfman leaked a few months ago, somebody made a joke saying, I'll tell my kids that's Whoopi Goldberg." And then Whoopi Goldberg was like, "Oh, she was like, oh, they refused to serve me at the coffee shop because I'm working class. Bitch, you ain't fucking working class."
It's kind of like Demi Lovato complaining about her yogurt, right?
Bunch of idiots.
Yeah,
Demi Lovato and Whoopi Goldberg, those two idiots are meant for each other.
yeah, yeah. Whoopi Goldberg is a joke now.
It sucks because I like her as an actress and I actually quite like a bunch of her older movies.
I liked her in The Lion King.
Yeah, I liked her in that movie too. I also liked both the Sister Act movies by Disney when they were worth a crap, and I also liked Ghost with Patrick Swayze. That was rather good.
Yeah,
And I'm like, why? Why the hell was she in a Ninja Turtles movie?
exactly.
It's like, was she that bored? Like, was she seriously that bored that she had nothing better to do? Like, now, granted, I know he didn't direct the movie; he produced it, but maybe Michael Bay, maybe who knows? Maybe Michael Bay said, maybe she agreed to suck Michael Bay's dick. He said, "Here, you can be in this movie if you suck my dick for this amount of money." Maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Yeah, most likely.
Although Megan Fox is a bit of an idiot. You want to know what she did?
What?
When Transformers 3 came out, she compared Michael Bay to Adolf Hitler.
What?
I'm not making that up. She did that.
Well, coming from somebody who told a bunch of little kids they can fuck off if they don't like the 2014 Ninja Turtles movie, it doesn't really surprise me.
It doesn't. She can be a good actress in some movies I've seen. Like I thought she was in a horror thriller movie from 4 years ago called Until Death. I think that's what the name of it was, but it was like a winter movie where she was at a cabin. She was actually rather good in that movie. That was honestly one of her better performances. And I did not mind her in Jennifer's Body because I thought it was believable that she played a high schooler, but so she can be a good actor if you give her the right script, but TMNT 2014 certainly was not it.
Yeah, no. I don't understand why they won't just get somebody who knows what they're doing for Ninja Turtles. They always gotta get somebody who wants to fuck it all up.
Oh
They
yeah,
can't,
Fabio. No, not Fabio. Although his rant was good. Donji Corleone's rant on Mutant and Mayhem was hilarious.
like, TMNT 20. I don't think anything has been really good since Turtles Forever.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
where it all died. Like, I grew up with the 2007 film. That was.
My thoughts on the 2012 show. I think the first two seasons are okay.
That's what
And
I've heard.
I thought the first two seasons were okay, and then after season two, it got crappy.
I thought that. I just thought Mikey was way too stupid. Like, to the point it's not funny,
Right.
or it's just annoying.
And
And
honestly, like as much as I hate the designs of the TM 2014 movie, I would take those designs over whatever the heck it was in Mutant Mayhem.
yeah, I agree with that.
Like here's the thing, like everybody gives the designs for TMNT 2014. Everyone gave the Wolfman design, the new one. Everyone gave that so much crap, but oh no, somehow the Mutant Mayhem Turtles design get a pass somehow.
Said people were whining about the design from the 90s.
And look, people, I do not have a problem with April being black. Okay, I'm for diversity if they do it well, but
Could be done.
my problem is that you made her a stereotype.
My problem is that they made her fat and black and expected everybody to shut up and not say anything about it.
Again, I don't have a problem with April being black. The problem I have is that you made her is that you made her um is that you made her crap. What did I just say before then?
A stereotype.
Yeah, yeah. And Velma, okay, I don't have a problem with making Velma black, but the problem is again, you made her a stereotype. That's the problem I have with it.
And the problem is that they do it and they then proceed to tell everybody they're racist if they don't like it without it, with the movie not even coming out.
Well, show, but same whatever. I I saw little bits and pieces of it on YouTube because a movie reviewer I like, Jay Vaders, he did a rant on the show and he showed like clips of it in like his review. I thought, yeah, no, I'm not watching this.
Me and Fabio tried to watch Velma, but it wouldn't work for me. It worked for Fabio, but we tried like two different streams, and just wouldn't work for me at all, no
Well,
matter
hey,
what I
spared from
did.
watching garbage.
What?
At least you were spared from watching garbage.
Yeah.
I've not seen that show. I really
Ow.
don't care to.
Little Anya is attacking my feet.
But I do specifically remember in one of Fabio's streams, someone made a joke saying the reason Scooby Doo was not in the Velma show is because he saw the script and ran away and said, "Fuck that shit, I'm out."
Look at that shit. Oh, man.
But yeah, that's probably accurate.
This cat just bit my foot.
And why would you change Shaggy's name to Norville? Like, why?
Oh, that is his real name, but they just did that just so because they were gonna make him black, and they didn't want to confuse audiences with the rapper Shaggy.
It's like, dude, we know who it is. You didn't have to change it up.
If they were gonna make him black, they should have just made it the rapper Shaggy.
Yeah,
You call me Mr. Bombastic. Call me Fantastic. And
Try it. I dare you, cat.
Lizzie just got the spray bottle because Anya's biting people's feet.
it sucks Fabio's channel is not up because you know what movie I want to see him destroy as a paid request?
What?
That awful War of the Worlds Prime Video movie with Ice Cube I told you about. It'd be funny to see him destroy that one.
Oh yeah,
I hope someone requests either Matt or Mike to destroy it.
yeah. I'm not sure what Matt's is Matt still taking paid requests at the moment?
I think so.
I know he's bounced a few of them back to me because like he didn't want to react to it, but I believe he's done three that were sent in by me,
Oh, that's good.
which were Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms, um, honey,
Yes, I
sorry, yeah, Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms, um, Kayfee documentary. And I want to say there was one other one I sent into him, but I can't remember what it was offhand.
And yeah, another thing. I just hate how censored this world has become. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the movie, but there was the 2008 comedy movie Tropic Thunder with Ben Stiller. One idiot was offended by it and wanted him to apologize, and Ben Stiller said, "No, I'm not doing that. I respect him for that."
Yeah, which is surprising because Ben Stiller's he's a liberal.
But I respect him. I respect him since he said, "No, I'm not going to apologize for it. If you don't like it, get over it. Tough shit."
Exactly. Yeah, I respect
He's
him
one of
for
the
that
few.
too.
He's one of the few good liberals out there. He's one of the few good ones.
Yeah, for sure. Did you see Happy Gilmore too?
No, and I heard it was crap.
Yep.
Did you watch it for on this base of the Pirates?
I have not seen it. I might check it out because I like Adam Sandler, but I can guarantee that it's nowhere as good as the first.
Oh, definitely not. And besides, it never needed a sequel to begin with.
Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna do a Billy Madison too as well.
No,
I can't see how that would work. Like, what are they gonna do? Gonna make him
right?
do? They gonna make him do school again?
Yeah, no.
Like, how is that supposed to work?
I guess the only way I could see a Billy Madison sequel working, I guess the only way I could is if you have a story that like maybe he had a kid like maybe a year after the first one and it's his kid who's now an adult that acts like him. Like that's maybe the only way I could see it working.
Yeah, and then he has to go to school with the kid.
But
But
like
I
who
don't.
but you gotta find like a really good actor to play his son.
And I don't know if you'd be able to get Bridget Wilson back for that.
Why is she retired?
I don't know if she's retired. She was doing voice acting in Mortal Kombat 11, but I heard she had cancer of some sort.
Ooh, that's not good.
I think she won the battle with it, but I just heard she wasn't doing so well a while ago. I think that was a few years ago now.
Yep.
Well, speaking of Mortal Kombat, once I told Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa, the actor who plays Shang Tsung, I told him commented happy birthday on his one of his posts and he liked it.
Oh, nice.
That was awesome.
You know what upcoming game looks awesome I want to play next year?
What?
Have you seen the trailer to the new Lego Batman game, Lego Batman: The Legacy of the Dark Knight?
I haven't seen the trailer, but I've seen the description you provided for me, and it sounds pretty cool.
Yep, where it's going to be combining the Michael Keaton era, Christian Bale, and Robert Pattinson era all rolled into one game.
So no Ben Affleck?
I think they might. I'm not sure if they're going to do that, but I think they're just focusing on the solo movies, which, okay, fine, fair enough.
It's not like anybody really likes Ben Affleck as Batman
Well,
anymore.
I thought Ben Affleck, he was a good Batman. It's just he didn't have the best movies, but Ben Affleck was like one of the few good things in those movies.
Yeah.
Like, I think Ben Affleck, I do think he is a good Batman, but I think if he was given a better script, he could have possibly, hell, if they gave him a script on like at least as good as like Batman Begins, if they gave him a script as good as that, then he could have been easily top 3 Batman
Oh
if
yeah.
he was given a script that good. But yeah, if you especially watch the movies Ben Affleck does as director, like, I don't know if you've seen it, but The Town is a really good movie. That movie shows his talent as a director.
I mean, Ben Affleck would be is a great actor for Bruce Wayne, Batman. Like you said, they just weren't written very well. And
Right.
speaking of which, um, I remember Fabio was talking about it. Apparently, people sent letters to Barack Obama when Christian Bale wasn't going to be anymore in any more Batman movies.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get these DC fans. This is part of why I don't really follow DC.
The new Superman movie was pretty good.
I got started on some of it. What would your thoughts be on a standalone Hulk movie?
Well, screw Mark Ruffalo, but if we had to do a new solo Hulk movie, the only way I would be on board with one is if you're going to make it based on Hulk 2099, a future variant of a different character.
Yeah, they need to get a new Hulk because Mark Ruffalo sucks. Oh wait, I can't say that out loud. Somebody will get mad at me and tell me I
Now,
should have been
I'll be
aborted.
honest. I'll be honest. I like all 4 of the Avengers movies. I thought that they were really good movies, but he was easily the worst part about all of them.
Yeah.
Like, if they had to replace Mark Ruffalo, if they had to replace Edward Norton, you know who I think would have been a good Hulk?
Who?
Clive Owen. Zach D
Yeah.
Productions even suggested Gerard Butler.
I asked Fabio who I thought he thought would be a good Hulk. I forget who it was that he said, but I know he said he suggested somebody to me. I've heard people say Steve Buscemi would make a good Hulk.
No, I don't see it.
He'd be a fucking crazy ass Hulk, that's for sure.
Like, okay, since they're gonna keep Mark Ruffalo, if you have to do anything new with the Hulk, I would just have it be a solo Hulk movie based on Hulk 2099. If you have to do anything new with it,
For sure.
that's the only way I would be on board for a solo Hulk movie at this rate.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on or actually, different question. What's your favorite Godzilla movie?
The original movie from the 50s, but I also quite enjoy Godzilla versus Destroyer and Godzilla Minus One.
What about Godzilla 98?
I like that one. I wouldn't put it in my top 10, but I do like it.
That was the one that introduced me to Godzilla.
Actually, I didn't see that one till a little later. I didn't see that one until like about 7 years ago. The first Godzilla movie I saw, and unfortunately, it's not a very good one. I saw Son of Godzilla on VHS when I was 8 back in 2011.
Hmm.
And then I think after that, the one I saw after that, I would like to say it was the American dubbed version of The Return of Godzilla 1985. I think that was the one I saw after that, and then I kept watching them. But the original movie, I didn't get around to watching until like about 6 years ago.
What's funny is I was also 8 in 2011.
And is that when you first discovered Godzilla?
I was actually like 5 or 6,
Oh,
possibly.
really?
Yeah,
I liked the 98 movie. I just don't necessarily think it should have been a Godzilla movie.
I agree with that. My favorite Godzilla movie, though, I'm gonna have to say it's Godzilla Final Wars.
I liked that one. The only part I didn't like about it was when they killed off Zilla in 98, but it was good other than that.
Yeah, they definitely could have done more with that character. I had an idea for a Godzilla multiverse film. What would your thoughts on that kind of movie be?
I guess it depends on how it's done and who does it.
Yeah. So if it's not done by Warner Brothers,
I'll be honest, I don't hate the legendary design. I don't.
no.
It's certainly better than fucking Manila.
Godzilla 2014, it's a boring movie. And so is King of the I like the Godzilla versus Kong movies out of the legendary films.
I used to really like Godzilla 2014. Watching it in more recent years, it hasn't held up as well.
No, it's just such a slow, boring movie
And look, I'm not against the idea of making a slow burn Godzilla movie like Jaws. I'm not against that idea. It just was poorly done.
yeah. And 90% of the movie not having Godzilla, it has the Mutos.
And again, I'm not against that, but if you're gonna do it, you gotta make it interesting.
Yeah.
And like, you want to know a movie that did that better?
Which one?
So, obviously, reasonably so, everyone was upset when Bryan Cranston died in Godzilla 2014, and they focused it on a son who wasn't as good of an actor. But if you want to see that type of movie done right, check out the 1988 remake of The Blob, directed by Chuck Russell, who did Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The reason that movie works is because, yes, it does kill off who you think is going to be the main character, but they replace it with a great lead.
Yeah.
That's how you do it right. Also, did you see the funny rant OCP Communications did on Godzilla 2014? That rant was funny.
I'm gonna check that out now that you've told me about it.
And he said in the review, he's like, no, I don't like being fucked up the ass with green dildo.
Godzilla 2014.
Rant by OCP.
Monster-sized rant.
Yeah, that rant's funny as hell.
And one of the other recommended videos is 24 reasons Godzilla 98 and Godzilla 2014 are the same movie. No, they're not.
They're not.
Absolutely not.
No. Like, what are you talking about?
One of them's a fun monster movie, and the other one doesn't have the monster for half the movie.
Well, to be
Yeah,
fair, it's not like they have a lot of screen time in either movies, to be fair.
right. I would
But
say a
then,
9080.
again, like, I understand though because of budgetary reasons.
Yeah. Did you
Because
hear
there's only
about
so much you can do with. There's only so much of it that you can show with that big of a budget.
you hear about the canceled Godzilla 1998 sequels?
The sequel, yeah, I have.
I still have yet to check out the animated series.
I've seen the animated series. I first saw that about 10, 11 years ago, somewhere around there. I actually saw the animated series before I saw the movie. It was pretty good.
It looks really good.
You know what canceled movie that sounded very interesting?
What?
Have you heard of the canceled Sylvester Stallone movie Isobar?
I think I've heard about it.
It was going to be directed by Roland Emmerich, who did Independence Day and the 1998 Godzilla movie, but it was basically going to be a movie where it was going to be Sylvester Stallone, where he was basically, think of the Brad Pitt movie Bullet Train, where they're fighting enemies on a fast train. It was going to be like that, but instead of it being enemies, there's this giant alien monster with tentacles draining people's blood and water out their body that Sylvester Stallone has to kill. And
Yeah.
Ridley Scott, who directed the original Alien, was going to serve as an executive producer on the movie, with Rick Baker doing the makeup effects.
Yeah.
That sounds like it would have been a great movie.
Speaking of Sylvester Stallone, I have. Would you like to hear about my sequel idea for Space Jam?
Sure.
Okay, it's a very interesting, unexpected idea that I came up with. So I came up with this idea for a Space Jam sequel where instead of basketball, it's a sports tournament. It's like a Mortal Kombat 2 situation where the Monstars they lose in the first one,
Yeah.
but well, some bigger, badder aliens get involved and like invade, and instead of Michael Jordan, it's like this army man type character played by Sylvester Stallone that ends up uniting with the Looney Tunes and has to partake in this sports tournament to take on these new aliens to save the world.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I know Michael Jordan said he's not doing Space Jam 2 and he wasn't then either.
And
Although,
that movie sucked from everything I heard, so we made the right choice.
yeah, I did hear they were going to do a skate jam with Tony Hawk, but it got canceled.
But yeah, another thing is I'd
Oh,
like to see Isobar
that,
made today, but with a younger lead actor. Because that sounds like an interesting premise for a movie.
yes.
And you know who I want to see play the lead in in the Isobar if that movie's made today?
Who?
Henry Cavill.
Ah, heard he's one of the normal ones left in Hollywood.
Yeah, unfortunately.
If I'm thinking of the same actor,
He's the actor who played Superman in Man of Steel.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, one of the few normal ones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I have to ask another one. Um, have you seen the 1977 short movie Halloween is Grinch Night?
No, I haven't. I've seen all the Halloween Michael Myers movies, though. I've seen all of those.
Yeah, I'm talking about Halloween is Grinch Night with the Grinch.
No, I haven't.
No. Well, there's a scene in it which is everybody remembers where he drugs this Who and it gets real trippy and shit. I'll send it to you.
No, I haven't seen this short film. Is it free on YouTube?
Yeah,
All right,
it's from
I'll have to give it a watch.
and the Grinch is voiced by the same actor who did the voice for Captain Hook in Peter Pan,
Oh, nice.
Hen- Henry something. It's actually 25 minutes long, and it is included on a DVD release of Green Eggs and Ham.
Yep.
So, of all of the Grinches, which would you say is the best one?
If we're just going acting wise, Jim Carrey, but of movies, probably the 60s one.
Yeah.
This stays in the private chat, but you'll agree with me.
Okay.
The idea of it is. Yeah,
Trying to get my thing to work.
yeah, that's a scary thought, isn't it?
I'm trying to get my thing to work here.
Well, you go over to the chat. Look what I put in the private chat. Yeah, the idea of, again, we're not saying names, but the idea of these guys having kids is, not too good.
Look what I wrote. Oh! Well, next weekend, me and Lizzie Lean will be official. We're getting married.
Nice. All I'm gonna say is those two individuals. If I had kids, I certainly wouldn't trust them around them,
No.
especially the you know who that's bald. That's the best I can describe it without getting into detail.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about my Mortal Kombat novelization fanfic?
I think so, but go ahead.
Well, basically, I made a Mortal Kombat reboot that I did it the way it's actually faithful to the game.
Hmm.
It's very long. But basically, the main character is Johnny Cage. And I might read it in pieces on one of the YouTube channels.
But I'm more but yeah, I'm a little more optimistic for the upcoming Creature from the Black Lagoon because at least it was a passion project, unlike Wolfman was. And Invisible Man remake was a passion project, and that movie was good. So I'm a little more optimistic for this.
Right.
And again, James Wan, who directed the first Saw movie, which I rather like the first Saw movie, is doing it, who is a fan of the original movie. So that's at least one good factor. But,
Yeah.
and I like most of James Wan's movies. Really, the only movie of his I did not care for was Aquaman, but the rest of the movies he directed was good aside from that.
Yeah.
You know what really good horror movie James Wan did? Did you see the movie Malignant he directed 4 years ago? That was really good.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
I don't know for sure. I think it might be free on Tubi right now. I'm not sure though.
Off my Facebook.
But Rambo Rat for Life, he reviewed Malignant and he loved that movie. So I saw it on HBO Max at my grandma's. I mean, I would like to get it on DVD at some point. It's been a while since I watched it, but that was a really good movie. It was a very unique, original, inventive movie.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen it yet.
Have you seen any of the Saw movies? The first two are pretty good.
I have them all, but I haven't, except the newest one. I have, but I haven't seen it yet. And I know the first two were released on VHS.
Yeah, the first two are pretty good. The third one's okay. Four up to up to eight is really bad. Saw nine or Spiral I thought was okay because at least that one tried to do something a little different. And Saw X was just okay. So there's two good ones. There's three that I think are okay, and then five that are just garbage.
Yeah, I have them all. I'll have to check them out.
But yeah, why did someone think we needed 10 Saw movies?
The same person that thought we needed six Lake Placid movies, maybe? Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen them. They're awful. The sequels.
The first one's great. There was a point in time when I thought Lake Placid 2 was the worst movie ever made.
Look how well that statement aged, because there I've seen so much worse movies than that. K through 12 with Melanie Martinez being one of the examples. You saw Fabio's review for that, didn't you?
Yes.
And I saw that movie for free only because it was free on YouTube. I did a commentary, a first time watch commentary for that on my a while back. I deleted the commentary, but it was bad.
It sounds horrible.
And then the whole ending just rips off. The whole ending just completely rips off Team America World Police, which is a much better movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that movie a couple years ago. It was awful. I would say that's honestly probably worse than the Lake Placid sequels.
Yeah. Okay, honey.
It might be a better made movie from a technical standpoint, but even that's debatable.
Yeah.
As a movie, on the whole front, it's probably worse. Because at least Lake Placid 2 was funny bad at times.
Yeah, and it had John Schneider.
Yeah.
4 has Robert England. At
Yeah.
least there's that.
Have you seen The Shining and Doctor Sleep yet? Those are really good movies.
I want to see that one.
I think I've seen bits and pieces of The Shining, but not Doctor Sleep.
Both movies are really good. Watch both of them back to back. Doctor Sleep, I'll be honest, when they announced that movie, I thought it was gonna suck because I'm like, how are you gonna make a sequel work to one of the best classic standalone horror movies of all time? But then I saw the movie and it was really fucking good. And I'll be honest, Mike Flanagan, most of his previous movies as a director before then, I did not like. So I'm like, really? Him doing this? I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. So I didn't see it in theaters. But I watched it at home and I'm like, I'll be damned. This is a good movie. Now I'm pissed off I didn't go see this in theaters.
I just put something in the private chat, something that just happened. Yeah.
But remember how I said I want to see a prequel to, if they do it right, a prequel to the first Jaws movie about Quint on the U.S. Indianapolis?
I remember that.
I
That'd be
like Mike Flanagan, who did Doctor Sleep. I think he would direct a really good Jaws movie.
yeah. Oh, speaking of Jaws, my pal, Gamer Ryan Mania, he met Randy Quaid the other day.
Oh, nice.
He met him at a con.
Hey, shitter's full.
And he also met Rob Schneider. He met Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen.
Nice.
Have you seen the 2005 film Robots?
I have. It's pretty good.
I love the movie.
Yeah, I do too.
It's like one of the best animated movies, in my opinion.
Agreed. And that's when Blue Sky was worth his shit before they started milking. Now, look, I like the first three Ice Age movies, but after that, yeah, they could have stopped after three.
Yeah.
Four is it's there, and then five was awful, and I didn't even bother with that. What was it? That
Buck
straight to Disney
Wild.
Plus one, Buck Adventures of Buck Wild. I saw some footage of that. I'm like, no, I'm not bothering with this. And now we're getting Ice Age 6. No, stop
Why?
it.
We no. Disney's gonna ruin it.
And here's the thing. Ice Age 5, I don't understand why they're making it because Ice Age 5 was a box office disappointment and it Ice Age 5 essentially bombed and it didn't make what they were hoping. So why are you doing 6 then?
I didn't even see 5.
Because you hated 4 so much.
Yeah, I think I was like just lost interest at that point. Like the first 3 are classic animated movies.
And then 4 was meh, and then 5 was awful. I unfortunately saw 5 in the theater.
Yeah.
Although it's not the worst one I saw in theater. Guess what the worst movie I saw in the 2 worst movies I saw in theaters were?
Which one?
The 2019 horror movie Countdown and the Emoji Movie were the 2 worst ones I saw in theaters.
Oh God, you had to sit through the Emoji Movie in theaters.
I did, unfortunately.
Got up and left.
You would have done that.
Or I would have left the theater, went across the street, got a bottle of vodka, and came back. Yep, we're having vodka today. Stuff that down my pants. Nobody will see it.
No vodka.
Yeah, my wife has banned me from vodka in the theaters now.
Well,
That's
I'm not an alcohol person, so I don't have to worry about that crap.
I don't drink vodka anyway.
you
I
might have to ban me
Well,
from
okay.
the vanilla vodka
Even the smell of it's enough to make me stay away from it.
or a root beer float. You might have
Okay,
to
root beer
ban me
floats.
from that.
I do like root beer floats. I do like those.
I haven't even had one of those. I've only really like drank beer.
Well,
What
the
she's had.
the root beer float, it's vanilla vodka and root beer.
Oh no, I thought you meant something. No, I've just had like normal, like for example, like let's say you get a cup, you put Coca-Cola in it and ice cream. Yeah, I've had it that way.
Yeah, that I can have too because I love root beer.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I haven't had one of those in a very long time. I wouldn't be opposed to it, to giving it another go.
Honey, you might have to buy me two.
Yeah.
Well, what was your favorite? Hey, did Jojo Lane? Did you see the one of my favorite SML videos is the bet where Mr. Goodman slips on the wet floor. He's like, my neck, my ball sack, my asshole.
I sh-
Somebody better lawyer up. I'm about to own this bitch. I'm gonna
I
sue."
I showed that to my coworkers, and I said, "This is why I remember to put wet floor signs up."
And they all laughed at it, I bet.
Yep, I showed it to a black woman at my job, and she's like, "Okay, that shit's funny right there. That shit funny as fuck."
It is. Did you see the funny one yet where Mr. Goodman, did you see the one where even though he was rich, so he didn't have to do it, he poured hot coffee on his face to sue Starbucks for 50 million? Did you see that one?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen that one yet.
In that So it was a more recent one they did, but Mr. Goodman, like, he doesn't need more money because he's rich, but he decided to be dumb anyways. Basically, he hired a Brooklyn guy as his lawyer, but basically he wanted to pour hot coffee on his face so he could sue Starbucks for $50 million and say that the coffee was too hot. And then he decided to do it with a cold one to say that it was so cold that it gave him frostbite. He was like, "Oh, my nipples! Oh, somebody take me there!" And he basically bribes Brooklyn guys, saying, "If you lie about this and get our way through the case, I'll give you I'll give you 10 million of the $50 million."
Saw that Jeffy's 21st birthday came out today.
I watched, not the video, but you know what reactor I really like on YouTube?
Who?
Have you seen any videos from Keen Lagerfield?
Keen Waggerfield.
He's a guy with 26,000 subscribers. He reacts to a bunch of the SML videos. I watched his reaction to Jeffy's 21st birthday today.
Keen Waggerfield. Um, I
He's
think
also reacted to a few of the glider videos.
I think I've seen this guy.
But my favorite glider video was that's tough. I would say maybe Jeffy's search history.
Oh God, I remember that one. I
That
remember some of the old school SMLs.
oh, someone just subscribed to my channel. Nice.
Hell yeah.
New subscriber. But yeah, it's very unfortunate what happened to Fabio's channel.
Absolutely. Well,
In that TV show I told you about, Jack the Night Stalker, he's actually how I got into that show. And I bought, it's like a 20 episode show. I bought the whole series on DVD for only $15 at Walmart. Pretty good from what I've seen so far. I think I'm on like episode 13 now, so I got like 7 more episodes left. He's also how I don't know if you've seen it. I'm sure you've heard of the 1993 action movie Sniper with Tom Berenger and Billy Zane.
I have heard of that.
That's Fabio is the one who got me interested in it. In fact, I didn't even know that movie existed until he reviewed it 3 years ago. And I'm like, oh, that movie sounds interesting. And then in last year for Christmas, my grandma got me the 4-movie collection of Sniper on DVD. So I saw the first 2 movies. The first 2 were pretty good. Haven't seen anything past that.
Fabio and Matt got me into Time Cop.
Well, Matt, okay, I discovered Matt before Fabio, but Matt, he's what got me into a lot of the classic Van Damme movies like Hard Target, Time Cop. Heck, that's how I discovered. Have you seen the Sean Connery movie Outland from the 80s? That's a really good movie.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Outland is basically a movie where Sean Connery plays a colonial marine, and then there are these bad guys putting these drug implants in people, basically making them die. And basically, he's like a colonial marine officer that has to investigate this. And then he finds out about it, and then Sean Connery becomes a hunted target by people because he knows this information. Really good sci-fi action movie. And it was directed by Peter Hyams, the same guy who did Time Cop.
I'll have to check that one out. I thought Time Cop was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I rented it on Prime Video Outland a few years ago, but I'm a physical media collector, so I would like to get that on DVD at some point.
I have Time Cop on VHS.
Oh, nice. I think
it
I don't have very many Van Damme movies on DVD. I think the only ones I have on DVD so far are Bloodsport and Hard Target, which I like both of them. Oh, and Expendables 2. Those are the only movies of his I have.
I heard one time Jean-Claude Van Damme, he got into a fight with Jason David Frank and beat him.
Oh, he did?
That's what I think I heard that. That's how I think the story went, but I think I heard it from Fabio.
Have you seen any of the James Bond movies yet? Those are really good. Most of them, at least.
I used to have all of them on VHS, but my mom sold them all. Now the only one I got is License to Kill.
That's a good one. Have you seen that one?
I think once.
That's the one where the bad guy dies at the end of the movie by being thrown into a meat grinder.
And
that's the one where a guy's killed by a shark and then James Bond witnesses a guy's head exploding.
I know it's the one that has Shang Tsung and Katana in it.
Yep. You've seen that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's actually my favorite James Bond movie. That's my favorite one.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see GoldenEye with Pierce Brosnan? That was really good.
I think so. But it's been a while.
What was the first James Bond movie you saw? For me, it was the Sean Connery ones, and I started with Dr. No. I started those movies about 6 years ago, and rented them at the library. But now I'm not gonna pull No Time to Die off the shelves because that's the only one I haven't seen yet. It's way up here, but I have right here. Hold on. Crap. Come on. Work. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I have the 24 James Bond movie collection on Blu-ray that I bought for $80 at Walmart, but I've seen some sets of it go up to $220 on Amazon, but I got this for way cheaper and only $80 for the 24 movies.
Hmm.
Who do you think was the best James Bond? For me, I know most people say Sean Connery. I like him, but Timothy Dalton's my favorite James Bond actor.
Only one I've really seen is Sean Connery, so. And I like Pierce Brosnan, too.
And you said you saw License to Kill once.
Yes. Although I do think my first one might have been From Russia with Love. I
So,
know I have the From Russia with Love video game.
yeah, I would say these are my top 5 favorite James Bond movies. Number 1 for me is License to Kill. 2 would be, and I always go back and forth with this. 2 might be The Spy Who Loved Me, which is my favorite of the Roger Moore movies. 3 would probably be GoldenEye. Well, I have to go back and forth. So you know what? Fuck it. I'll say my number 1 is License to Kill. 2 is Skyfall, the best of Daniel Craig movies. 3 is GoldenEye. 4 I would say is The Spy Who Loved Me, and then 5 would be Goldfinger, which is my favorite of the Sean Connery ones. But yeah, License to Kill was the second Timothy Dalton one, and there were plans to do a third James Bond movie with Timothy Dalton that got canceled called Property of a Lady. And guess who they were wanting as the villain for the third one?
Who?
Anthony Hopkins.
That would have been interesting.
Uh-huh. And this was just right after he was done playing Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. Have you heard what the original version of Sean Connery's Diamonds Are Forever was supposed to be like? Have you heard what the original version of that was?
I might have, but it's been a while.
Oh, if you thought License to Kill was dark for a PG-13 movie in the 80s, if you thought that was... Oh,
What? Huh?
you kicked me off stage by mistake.
Whoops. Sorry. How do I get you back?
Uh, I... You can hear me talk, can't you?
I can hear you.
All right, well, I'm probably going to be done soon anyways, but getting back to what I said before I go, so... he was only in one movie, George Lazenby. He was in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Originally, he was going to come back for Diamonds Are Forever. And his version, you probably haven't seen them, but I'm sure you know about the Dirty Harry movies.
Yes.
His version, so basically, spoilers, sure you don't care, but basically with the way On Her Majesty's Secret Service ends, Bond's wife basically is dead, but originally the plans for Diamonds Are Forever was going to be a follow-up to that movie with George Lazenby returning as James Bond, and it was going to be a movie where it was going to be a dark revenge, a Dirty Harry style type of revenge James Bond movie, and it was going to be a lot darker than License to Kill. Guess how the bad guy Blofeld was going to die at the end of this movie?
How?
He was going to get ripped to shreds by his own cats that James Bond would command to rip him apart.
Holy shit.
And
That's very
and
Bond.
also another thing to note, the casino setting that's in the finished film was not going to be in this version.
Oh. Like they
Now,
never plan to have any of the cool stuff.
but I'll be honest, Diamonds Are Forever, it's okay, but of the Sean Connery ones, it's definitely one of the weaker ones.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think that original script idea sounds much better based on what I described, don't you?
Yes.
That sounds like it would have been much better than the finished final film.
Yes.
A really good YouTube channel I recommend is Bullets and Blockbusters. They actually did a video covering the unmade version of Diamonds Are Forever starring George Lazenby. They also did a video on. They've covered plenty of canceled movies. Like they covered the Amazing Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 4, Batman Continues, the third Tim Burton Michael Keaton Batman movie. They covered Monsters Inc. 2. They covered. They also covered Hellboy 3 and plenty of other movies. Well, anyways, I'm getting
Yeah.
tired. I'm probably gonna let you go anyways. So
Alrighty. Well, until next stream.
bye.
Bye.